Hey everyone, before diving into today's discussion, let me take a quick moment to ask for your support. If you find value in this content and it resonates with your interests, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and join our growing community on #Walker08. Your interaction helps us stay motivated and reach more viewers who, like you, appreciate in-depth updates on global financial trends and political movements. I sincerely hope you're enjoying this wonderful day. Where I am, it's absolutely stunning sunny skies without a single cloud in sight and a perfectly warm 80 degrees. It's one of those rare days that makes you pause and feel grateful. But amid this peaceful backdrop, we have some serious and fascinating updates to unpack. Today's video won't be long, but it's definitely going to be substantial. We'll be touching on developments that could carry real symbolic and strategic significance, particularly regarding Iraq and its evolving role on the global financial stage. So let's jump right in. Something especially intriguing has surfaced, and while it may or may not be purely symbolic, it certainly deserves a closer look. A recent article, now available in full on our Patreon page and discussed in depth in our private Discord chat room, details a significant move between two Middle Eastern countries. Specifically, it covers a joint statement made by the central banks of Iraq and Tunisia. Together, these institutions have announced Iraq's national strategy for financial inclusion, a comprehensive roadmap extending from 2025 to 2029. This is no small matter. The strategy lays out Iraq's ambitions to modernize, innovate, and expand access to financial systems within its borders, while also strengthening ties with regional partners like Tunisia. During their most recent meeting, the central bank signed a memorandum of cooperation that underscores a firm and mutual commitment to boosting collaboration in financial sectors. This isn't just about talk, it's about action and setting a foundation for long-term banking integration. If you've been following along with recent updates, you'll recall that integration has been a key term we've been tracking closely. It appears that word is becoming increasingly relevant, not just in theory, but in real time, real-world practice. Now, let's break down what this memorandum of cooperation actually entails. The joint declaration is built around several core areas aimed at solidifying institutional ties and ensuring both nations are aligned on international best practices. One major area of focus is banking supervision. By working together, the central banks of Iraq and Tunisia aim to enhance oversight mechanisms that ensure financial institutions operate with transparency, efficiency, and stability. This includes adopting global standards for managing banking risks, which is critically important given today's rapidly evolving economic landscape. In addition to oversight, the memorandum targets the expansion of electronic payment systems, a priority that reflects a broader, global shift towards digital finance. This strategic direction is meant to support greater financial inclusion, especially among populations that have historically lacked access to banking services. By monitoring and auditing their payment systems more effectively, both countries aim to develop robust technical infrastructure that can handle growing demand while remaining secure and reliable. Cybersecurity also takes center stage here, as the strategy includes strong measures to protect financial systems against digital threats. Moreover, it outlines joint efforts in combating money laundering and terrorist financing issues that are not only regional concerns, but also global imperatives. Another key component of the agreement is the deliberate emphasis on knowledge sharing and innovation. Iraq and Tunisia have pledged to exchange expertise in emerging areas of finance, with a heavy emphasis on cybersecurity and financial technology. These aren't just buzzwords, they represent essential pillars of modern banking systems that are evolving by the day. Through workshops, technical collaborations, and policy alignment, the two countries plan to jointly modernize their banking environments to better align with global expectations and to attract both regional and international investment. This move also represents a unified approach to safeguarding financial stability and promoting inclusive economic growth. By working together on these priorities, they are creating a regional model that could inspire other Middle Eastern and North African countries to pursue similar paths of cooperation and modernization. In doing so, they're not only strengthening their own economies, but also contributing to a more interconnected and resilient regional financial network. The collaboration between Iraq and Tunisia is particularly encouraging because it shows that countries facing different economic challenges can find common ground through shared goals and mutual benefit. The emphasis on international standards and best practices shows a serious intent to rise above outdated systems and make meaningful progress. Interestingly, there was also a notable symbolic gesture during the meeting that might carry deeper implications. The governor of the Central Bank of Iraq presented historically significant coins as a gift. At first glance, this might seem like a traditional diplomatic courtesy. However, when you consider the broader financial context, especially the fact that Iraq no longer actively uses coins in its day-to-day economy, the gesture becomes more intriguing. Iraq's current exchange rate stands at approximately 310 dinars to 1 U.S. dollar, making the practical use of coins almost obsolete in regular transactions. So, why present coins? Well, coins have long been associated with tangible economic value, monetary sovereignty, and stable fiscal policy. In many ways, they symbolize foundational trust in a country economy. This gesture could be interpreted as a hint towards Iraq's future monetary reforms, potentially signaling a recalibration of the dinar's value or a move toward a more balanced and modernized exchange rate system. When central bankers begin using symbolic items to convey meaning, it often suggests upcoming changes that are not yet ready for full public disclosure, but are nonetheless in progress behind the scenes. This is certainly something worth watching closely. In another major development, Iraq is preparing to participate in an upcoming global summit that could significantly elevate its profile on the international stage. Scheduled for May 27-28, 2025, the Kuala Lumpur ASEAN-GCC and China-Economic Forums represent a landmark event in global economic prize coordination. Co-hosted by Malaysia's Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry in partnership with Fortune magazine, the forum is set to run concurrently with the inaugural ASEAN-China Summit and the 46th IDUPIA ASEAN Summit. These events will bring together key decision-makers from Southeast Asia and the Gulf Cooperation Council GCC nations, which include Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. The presence of leaders from these diverse but economically influential regions signals the forum's significance in shaping the future of cross-border trade, investment, and innovation. Iraq's confirmed participation, especially with Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani in attendance, speaks volumes about the country's growing international engagement. This is not merely a symbolic appearance. It reflects a concrete step toward integrating Iraq more deeply into global financial and economic systems. It demonstrates a willingness to collaborate, adapt, and invest in the long-term prosperity of both the country and the region. Prime Minister al-Sudani's involvement in this high-level summit is particularly noteworthy, as it underscores Iraq's strategic pivot toward modernization and economic diplomacy. At this forum, discussions are expected to cover a wide range of topics that directly impact Iraq's development agenda. These include inclusive and sustainable economic policies, modernization of trade frameworks, the implementation of artificial intelligence in economic systems, and enhanced mechanisms for global cooperation. These are not just academic themes, they represent real, actionable priorities for governments looking to future-proof their economies. Iraq's Development Road Project, championed by al-Sudani himself, serves as a prime example of how the country is aligning itself with broader global trends. This initiative aims to transform Iraq into a key logistical and trade hub, connecting the Middle East with Europe and Asia. By participating in the Kuala Lumpur Economic Forums, Iraq is not only seeking investment and partnerships, but also demonstrating its commitment to being a proactive and collaborative player in shaping regional and global economic outcomes. As always, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to each and every one of you for your continued support. Your engagement through likes, shares, comments, and subscriptions means the world, and helps keep this platform alive and thriving. If you found today's update informative or thought-provoking, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this content with others who might benefit from it. Additionally, if you'd like to support our work financially and help us continue delivering high-quality insights, consider making a contribution via PayPal, Zelle, or Venmo. Your generosity directly fuels the time, research, and resources that go into every episode we produce. Together, we're building a vibrant, informed community committed to tracking the economic and geopolitical shifts shaping our world. Stay tuned for more updates, and as always, stay informed, stay empowered, and take care.